You know, one of the new Disney Plus series back at D23 that they announced, and D23 feels like an eternity ago. But back at the last D23, and I was there at the Anaheim Convention Center, I was sitting in the room as Kevin Feige was on stage and talking about all the new shows, and they mentioned Ms. Marvel, they mentioned Moon Knight, they talked about the Hawkeye series, they talked about a lot. But one of the most surprising ones that they talked about was She-Hulk. That was one that really caught me by surprise. Not because I had heard they would never do She-Hulk, but I just never imagined they would do a She-Hulk show, and yet they were doing a She-Hulk show. And not long after that came out word that they were talking to Mark Ruffalo about being in it, and then came later on confirmation that Mark Ruffalo was going to be appearing in it. Well, a lot of people started wondering, is Mark Ruffalo going to be on screen as himself, or is he still going to be Professor Hulk? Like, are we going to, just like Endgame, magically jump to a point where he was now just Professor Hulk? Will they in She-Hulk just say, oh yeah, sometime off camera, I figured out how to revert back to my human form? So that's been one of the questions. Will he appear as Hulk, Professor Hulk, or just as Bruce Banner? Well, the first images, some on-set photos have started coming out from She-Hulk. And in one of those photos, we actually get to see Mark Ruffalo. And guess what? Mark Ruffalo is done up completely in his Professor Hulk motion capture suit. I'm looking at this thing, and this looks like completely identical to the outfit he had on for when he was shooting Endgame. He's got all the expression capture dots on his face, the full motion capture suit, and all that kind of stuff is all going on there. Now listen, I love Mark Ruffalo. Also, being a She-Hulk show, having her cousin, Bruce Banner Hulk, appear in it makes sense. But it also reminds me of something else. Listen, you know I loved Infinity War. You know I loved Endgame. I love all the stuff that the brothers did on their Marvel movies. The Russos did a great job on all 4 of the Marvel movies they did. My one nitpick complaint about the Russo brothers' handling of MCU properties when they were still doing stuff with the MCU was how they handled Hulk. They turned Hulk from the ultimate nuclear option in the MCU. Like, if you remember back to the original Avengers movie, like, Loki basically set it up because Hulk was the key to everything. Bringing the monster on board was everything. Hulk was the nuclear option. But more and more, as you went through, especially once you got into Infinity War and Endgame, the Russo brothers really decided to neuter Hulk. And now Hulk, by the time you get into Endgame, Hulk was still a smart, strong guy, but nowhere near that, oh my God, it's the Hulk. Like, go back to the original Avengers movie, it's like, okay, everybody, you be very, very careful approaching Bruce. Make sure Bruce doesn't get angry. You keep calm, big guy, keep calm. Like, he was the ultimate nuclear thing. And so as we move into She-Hulk, I got to say, while I'm excited to see a She-Hulk, I'm excited to see the show, and I'm glad Mark Ruffalo's there. I am hoping that there's going to be some small little story thing there where he is no longer Professor Hulk. I want Savage Hulk back. I want that Hulk that the world trembles, that the Hulk himself is a global level threat if not handled properly and if not taken care of. But that's just me, whatever. Still, it is pretty good to see him on set there. It's good to see him back in the suit. And obviously, this is not the She-Hulk and Hulk show. This is She-Hulk. She's going to be the focus of attention. I expect we probably won't see Ruffalo in more than 1 or 2 episodes of this thing because they're going to want to keep the focus on She-Hulk because it's her show. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? It is kind of cool to see Ruffalo there on set, back in the full motion capture. Apparently he is going to be Hulk again. What do you guys think? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.